Group D contains current 2022 Euros champs England, debutantes Haiti, fellow UEFA member Denmark, and China. England won Group D of the UEFA World Cup qualifying tournament with 30 points, winning all 10 of their matches in an astronomical goal difference of plus 80. Qualifying for the first time, newcomers Haiti made it into the field of 32 after beating Senegal and then Chile in the Interconfederation tournament this past February. Denmark won Group E of the UEFA tournament, winning all 8 matches. China was able to qualify for the World Cup after winning the Asia Cup, beating South Korea 3-2 in the final. Here are their FIFA rankings as of June this year. The English women's team are known as the Lionesses. Recent years has seen a marked growth by the Lionesses, with semifinal finishes in the 2 most recent World Cup tournaments. The reigning Euros champions will look to add another trophy to their cabinet. After a semifinal finish and losing the third-place match in the 2019 World Cup, the Lionesses appointed Serena Wegman to take over the helm. Under Wegman, they have won or drawn all of their matches until April 2023, finally losing their first match in a friendly with Australia. England are one of the favorites to win this tournament. They have the strongest midfield in the world at the moment, but injuries to key players are lessening their odds of going all the way. Last autumn, Euros 2022 Golden Boot winner and player of the tournament, Beth Mead, ruptured her ACL in a devastating blow to the Lionesses. Since then, midfielder Frank Kirby has succumbed to an injury to her knee requiring surgery. While both of these players are important, the strength and depth of the squad in the attack and midfield can withstand these losses. In a crucial blow, though, Captain Leah Williamson hobbled off the pitch in a club match for Arsenal this spring, having injured her ACL. Besides captaining the side, Williamson was a solid base of the Lionesses' defense, shoring up the space besides a mistake-prone Millie Bright and an off-rotating spot in left back. After decades of women's football being banned in England, the Lionesses have begun to shine, incrementally improving with each tournament, finally bringing it home with their Euros win. With the wave of support across England spurred last summer, will the Lionesses overcome the losses due to injury to finally bring home gold? Here are key players for England. Kira Walsh. The Barcelona midfielder is the best in the world and will be key to spurring any attacks and intercepting the ball from the opponent. Her ability to pick off a pass puts her in the top 75th percentile for interceptions, while her precision passing is in the 99th percentile. Her ability to progress the ball up the pitch successfully is in the 94th percentile, and her shot-creating actions in the top 90th percentile at 4 shot-creating actions per 90. I hope you get the idea. She's very good with getting the ball to her teammates, reading the opposition, and creating opportunities for goals for her team. Recall the pass to Ella Tuna in the Euros final, and you'll better grasp her vision with the ball. With England's recent propensity for injuries, all efforts will be made to protect Walsh in the group stage matches, resting her once matches are clearly won. Mary Earps. The Manchester United goalkeeper ended the most recent WSL season in first place for goalkeeping, with the highest clean sheet percentage at 63.6% and allowing the least amount of goals at 12. Earps was named the goalkeeper of the tournament for Euros 2022 and the 2022 FIFA Best Women's Goalkeeper Award. Her saves percent this season in the WSL was 79.3% and will be relied upon with a gaping void left by Williams' injury. Earps will likely be tested more in this tournament than she has in more recent times, with the absence of Williamson and a green youngster likely filling in the role of left back after Daly has finally moved up the pitch to her more natural position of a striker. Earps will need to be a steadying force for the back line, commanding the 18. This last player may seem controversial after everything stated above, but Millie Bright is an inexperienced defender, having played at the 2019 World Cup in France. The key will be if she can minimize her mistakes, or keep them further up the pitch, or in matches where the Lionesses have a hefty lead. While her defensive stats don't paint a pretty picture, her ability to pass out of the back successfully is some of the highest for center backs. More than any other center back, she contributes significantly to the attack, being in the 93rd percentile for assists for center backs. She's key to quickly switching the ball across the pitch. So the quality to help the team is there. She'll need to stay patient and not dive into tackles within the 18. She could be the linchpin to England's success at this tournament. Haiti has a few nicknames, but most commonly are called Le Grenadier. With the expansion of the playing field from 24 teams to 32, we are seeing debuts for some national teams. Haiti is another one of those countries. Not only has Haiti never qualified for a World Cup, they have also never qualified for an Olympics. In CONCACAF play, they have never advanced out of the group stage in those tournaments. The Haitians do have some hardware to their name, winning the 2000 Caribbean Football Union Women's Caribbean Cup and placing third in that competition in 2014. Haiti are the least likely to advance out of Group D. They have a hard task ahead of them, facing current favorites England and then top-ranked teams 13th Denmark and 14th China. Their goal will likely be to keep the games manageable and not cave or lose composure once the other side scores. The outlook for Haiti isn't all gloom and doom, though, as their recent friendly against South Korea ended in a loss by 1 goal with a 2-1 final result. They took the lead against Korea, scoring within the first 20 minutes. Their best bet will be to strike quickly, catching their opponents by surprise. Norilla Mondesir, captain of the squad, the 24-year-old Montpellier left winger led her club in goals this past season, scoring 9 in the top French league. With 3 shot-creating actions per 90, she'll be part of the creative force driving this team. She has a gentle first touch, allowing her to receive the ball and either hold up play to allow her teammates to catch up or to drive into the box, taking defenders 1v1. She's one of the younger captains at this tournament, but looks to bear the weight easily and eager to take a match into her own hands and get a result. Can her fancy footwork translate into results in New Zealand and Australia? Rose-Laure Bergel, veteran forward for the Haitians, she has 25 caps and 23 goals with the national team. The 30-year-old will be relied upon to keep emotions in check to this team of newcomers. Another player in the top division of the French league, the Dijon forward will have experience going against top international players with her club. An exciting youngster to keep your eye on, Melchi Dumornay. The 19-year-old is also known as Corventina. She led her club in the top French league with 11 goals, leading her club to a mid-table finish. For her club, she is deployed as a lone striker, whereas with the international team, she has played deeper in the midfield or more recently been paired as part of a striker partnership. In the friendly in early July against Korea, she was up top. This seems likely where we will see her in the World Cup. Her and Mondesir have begun to build an understanding with each other, as she assisted Mondesir in her goal against Korea. Dumornay is an up-and-coming player, having just transferred to Lyon with competing interests from Chelsea and Manchester United. Keep your eyes on her, as I feel it is likely she will end up on a highlight reel. Denmark are known as the Red and White. The Danes have a spotty history with the World Cup. They did not qualify for 3 separate years, 2003, 2015, and 2019. The Danes started women's football strong, reaching the quarterfinals in 1991 and 1995, but since they've not made it out of the group stage. Perhaps this is a renaissance for the team and the beginning of a new era. Their most recent showing in the Euros 2022 saw them stuck in the group stage, not able to advance out of their group. They did have one of the tougher groups in the tournament, with both Spain and runners-up Germany in their group. Their only win in the Euros came against Finland. Their loss to Spain is especially painful as they allowed the match-winning goal at the 90th minute. While I'm sure they hope to go further in the Euros, the Danes are coming into this tournament strong. They've had 4 wins this year, with 3 against strong sides, and their 2 losses are to top teams, France and Spain. The Danes' match against China will be pivotal to the outcome of Group D. Whomever wins this match will likely be the team joining England to the knockout rounds. Sadly, missing out on the tournament will be Nadia Nadim. She's a fan favorite around the world. Here are the key players for the Danes. Karen Holmgaard. The Everton midfielder has recently been employed as a center back for her club. For the national team, she is usually on the right side of the midfield or central midfield, with Denmark likely to utilize a 4-3-3. The 2 most recent friendlies against Sweden and Japan saw her centrally, so that is where we can expect to see her. Even playing as a center back, Holmgaard still has 1 goal and 2 assists for her club this past season. Unfortunately, Karen's twin sister and fellow Toffee, Sarah, did not make the World Cup squad. With 24 tackles won last season, her ability to stop progressive carries from the opponent will help protect the Danes' back line. The 23-year-old will be key to advancing the attack for the Red and White and stabilizing the center of the pitch. Her ability to win aerial duels will come in handy on set pieces and winning goal kicks. Veteran Pernille Harder, a recent signing for Bayern Munich, spent her last 3 seasons in the WSL with Chelsea, winning 3 league titles. Harder has played for the national team as a forward and winger in recent matches. In her 10 appearances with the Blues this season, she had 8 assists and 3 goals, with only an XG of 5.7. Her goal scoring and finishing will be where most of the focus lies on her contributions. She's Denmark's top goal scorer, with 70 for the national team. More importantly could be her contributions as captain. She's composed on the ball, which will be needed in a squad who have never played in a World Cup or Olympics. Harder is one of the few with knockout rounds experience, being part of the Danish team to make it to the Euros 2017 final where she scored, but ultimately lost to Netherlands. She also made her penalty in the semifinal match, helping advance the Red and Whites to the final. She made the team of the tournament in 2017, so she knows how to handle the pressure at this level. The Chinese women's team is known as the Steel Roses. The Chinese team comes into this tournament ranked 14th in the world. The Steel Roses have hosted the World Cup twice, once in the inaugural tournament in 1991 and second in 2007. When the Chinese women have qualified for the tournament, they've always made it out of the group stage, with their best finish at second place in 1999. They've won the Asia Cup 9 times, with the most recent being in 2022. Within the past 12 months, they've only won 3 matches, but they've also had 4 draws, and their 3 losses are against quality teams. As mentioned before, the match between Denmark and China will likely determine the second team to advance out of the group. In their match history, they've encountered each other 17 times, with China netting 10 wins. Will history be on the side of the Steel Roses? Wang Shanshan, captain and forward, the 33-year-old recently won MVP at the Asia Cup. While she is a striker, you may have seen her deployed in defense at times. She's a multi-talented player who many of the Steel Roses will look up to. She scored in all but one match in the most recent Asia Cup game, netting 5 goals. Zhu Yu, the goalkeeper, is only 25. This is young for keepers, but the Chinese only have young options in the position at the moment. But even at this age, Zhu has accomplished having won Best Goalkeeper at the Asia Cup. She saved 64% of the shots at the Asia Cup and kept a clean sheet for a fourth of their matches. Her worst showing was probably the friendly with Sweden, where the Swedes were able to score 2 back-to-back goals within the first 3 minutes of the match, and a third goal at the 14th minute. Zhu will need to command her defensive line to keep them from crumbling when mistakes are made. This rounds out Group D. This group will be entertaining to watch, with tournament winner favorite England and the likely battle between Denmark and China for the second spot. But Haiti has spunk and won't go down easily. Who are your picks for the 2 teams to advance? Please subscribe and hit the notification bell for our videos on the remaining groups.